Close to the Finnish border, Russia is burning off huge amounts of gas. Although flaring is common in the industry, Russia has been destroying an estimated $10 million worth of gas every day for 2 months as Europe suffers from shortages. Experts describe it as an environmental disaster.
Due to the war in Ukraine, there is very little information about what is actually happening there. So we can only speculate that right now there is some technical difficulties.
The location is Portovaya in Russia, the site of the compressor station for the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline that runs under the Baltic Sea to Germany. Russia's state-owned Gazprom has not commented on the flare. In recent weeks, Russia cut flows through Nord Stream 1 to just 20% of capacity. And this week, it has been shut down entirely for 3 days. Russia says the turbines need maintenance. Europe disputes this and accuses the Kremlin of using gas as a weapon.
I think it's kind of a game. Our problem right now is that we are not in a position to adequately respond to this game.
European gas prices have soared to around 10 times their average price over the past decade. Germany declared a gas crisis in June and warned that consumers and businesses must cut back. Consumption has fallen by around 20%. In a stark speech, French President Emmanuel Macron warned of the end of abundance.
Our freedom, the system of freedom which we are used to living in, has a cost.
Russia supplied the European Union with 40% of its gas last year. As the Kremlin turns off the taps, Europe is scrambling to find alternative sources. Imports of liquefied natural gas, or LNG, including from the United States, have helped fill gas storage sites to 80% capacity, 2 months ahead of the EU target. That has calmed markets.
Storage by itself isn't enough for the winter. With all the pipelines cut off, which is what we have to expect from Russia, that all their pipelines will be cut off, all the LNG we can take, that storage is going to last 2.5 months in heating season. And then, Europe's stuck.
Europe is trying to wean itself off Putin's gas, but analysts say it will take at least 2 years.
In the meantime, he has leverage and he will use it all he can before he totally loses the business. The dependence of Europe on Russian delivered gas by pipeline is much greater than the importance of that money for Putin, because he makes so much more money from oil.
Across Europe, new LNG terminals are under construction. Old coal and nuclear power plants are being fired up again. There is big investment in renewable power. But short term, it may not be enough, and governments are warning of a difficult winter ahead. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.